deep emotional awareness. And awareness, just the insight itself, takes you half the way. Okay, so, or maybe even more than half the way. That's why even though therapists think that educating the public, educating you on what's actually happening won't actually cure you or heal you or help you grow, the smart therapists realize that just knowing this will at least get you to therapy. Just knowing this will at least help you see that there is a way out. And that's what I'm trying to educate the public, okay, on that there actually is a way out. Because, you know, the other thing was, like, if this is all true, how come you hadn't heard about it? Well, part of the reason is the profession doesn't want to reveal it to you because part of them thinks that it doesn't help you. They think that you need to do the emotional work, which is true. But the cognitive understanding helps a lot, especially if you're intellectual. Because if you use, like, intellect and rationalizations or reasoning as a way of coping with things. So that's me and most intellectuals. And then self-awareness and self-acceptance, but then go deeper. How do you go deeper? You got to do the grief work. And this is the first time I mentioned that term. So after the break, we'll be starting on grief work and understanding what that is. And you're going to go through a phase. You're going to go through these phases of denial. That's probably, I'm meeting a lot. Most of the people I meet are in denial. So you can see throughout all of these videos, I struggle with the guys who are in denial. But that's stage one, denial. The second stage is anger. So once you start learning about what happened to you, you start to become angry. And I'd like to see that. Right? So there are a lot of guys I work with on Skype, one-on-one coaching, who are afraid to show me their anger. And then it's not recommended for therapy, but I'm not a therapist. So I poke at that raw wound and say, come on, show me the Hulk. Come on, show me what you really feel. And he's holding it down. No, you don't want to know what I'm really feeling. You don't want me. Otherwise, we're just being fake. Unless you're willing to be real, what's the point? Like they're fake when as soon as they come on, they start telling you how great life is. Like, why are we on this call then? But you got to get them to the point where they show vulnerability. But then they're not willing to go and become vulnerable. And the reason why is because they're afraid of the feeling, the tidal wave of emotions that would erupt in them if they let go. And the first emotion that will come out is going to be anger. And then that's quickly followed by sadness and bargaining. So denial, anger, bargaining, leading eventually to depression. That's good. Depression is the obstacle to the way. Well, the obstacle that is the way. And then finally to acceptance, and then gratitude. And then growth. And all the time you're growing anyway. So, and then you've got to, the whole time, be cutting off behaviors and thoughts of both the predator and the fixer within you. To be aware of those, not to do those things. So there's a period in my life when I'm talking to somebody and I know I could just turn it on right now. But if I did, it would awaken that part of me that would not help me right now. So, no, I'm going to choose to be boring right now and see whether you can hold the conversation, bitch. What do you got? Okay, this is really, you're an empty, vapid person right now. Let's see. Have you gone anywhere interesting recently? Versus screening question. Hey, where have you... Totally different attitude. Anyway, you start cutting off... And then, of course, all of the typical player things, right? Like all the rebel behaviors. On top of this, here's some things you should be doing along the way. Meditation. Meditation is helpful to everybody without exception. When I make a school, I'll have meditation for all the 14-year-olds and up. They'll have like shorter bouts of 10 minutes or something. But it'll be... By the way, if you're just doing 7 and 10 minutes, come on. Get to 20 at least. And then physiology. Pay very close attention to your body and the state of your body, including your physical health, okay, and everything. The sound of your voice, how you hold yourself, how you move, you walk, everything. So I highly recommend movement coaching if you can find that in your area. But no matter what, fitness and health, that's a big trend now for most men, so I don't need to focus on that too much. Trying to minimalize your life, a more minimalist life, to help yourself with more independence, and breaking off binds to things. That's going to be helpful for you psychologically. So moving, that's good. Not being tied down to a ton of physical possessions, that's good. That'll all help you transform and grow quicker. And then if you can do any understanding around addiction, understanding mood changers. The predator is addicted to narcissistic fuel, like narcissistic supply. The fixer is addicted to predators. These are all addictions. If you understand the psychology of addiction, you'll understand what's happening to you here in this dynamic of male-female mating and dating.